welcome to our science class today. We've been learning about living things, environments, ecosystem, ways to survive, camouflage, and different adaptations. In this lesson, you're going to learn ecosystem and changes in ecosystem. So let's get started. Changes in an ecosystem. Ecosystems are always changing. Change is part of God's plan for the earth. A natural disaster such as flood or fire can change an ecosystem. Living things can also cause changes. A dam built by beavers can change the ecosystem of a stream. Each living thing has an effect on its ecosystem. Sometimes this effect is helpful. Other times it is harmful. The effect may even help one kind of living thing but harm another. So let's look at different kinds of changes. First change that we're going to be looking at is changes by animals. Some animals have great effects on their ecosystems. Elephants are one example. When a herd of elephants moves through an area, it forms paths. Other animals and people can then use these paths. Water is sometimes hard to find in the areas where elephants live, so elephants use their tusks to dig deep holes to find water in underground spring. These watering holes also provide other animals and people with water. So one example is changes by animal is elephants digging the ground and making a hole to find water. It's not only giving the water to the elephant but also other animals nearby it. Elephants must eat a lot of food. They eat grasses, bushes, and trees. As they eat, elephants often pull these plants out of the ground. These loosens the soil and provides light and room for new trees and other plants to grow. So what is another changes by these elephants? They not only dig a hole, but they also pull plants out of the ground. And this gives sunlight to the plants living inside the ground. Next page. Changes by people. People also change ecosystems. Wherever we live, we build things and move things around. Every change we make in environment affects the living things. When God first put Adam on earth, he gave him the job of caring for it. He made Adam and all people stewards or keepers or creation. God expects us to be good stewards of earth's resources. He wants us to use the resources we need without being wasteful. As we make changes, we need to take care of what God has given us. One way people change an ecosystem is by building things. This is what we people do. We build new homes, shopping centers, roads. Ponds and lakes may be filled in. Trees and plants may be cut down or uprooted. Changes like these can be harmful to other living things in the area. The living things may no longer have the resources to meet their needs. Smaller plants may die without larger trees to shade them. Animals may have less water, food, and shelter. Some animals may need to move to an area with more resources. Okay, so in this example, we're going to look into the changes that are harmful to other animals. So let me highlight. Building things, that's one of the changes by people. We also fill in the ponds and lakes. What does that mean by it? Is that so we see a lot of ponds and lakes around us. However, we are trying to build something on top of it, and in order to do it, we need to fill in. We need to cover or take away the water so that we can build on a firm soil, and that's filling in ponds and lakes. However, so let me try it here. So let's say there is a pond, and in this pond there must be a lot of living things living here, like fish, like the plants. However, human or the people are filling in the pond and taking away this pond. And obviously they're going to cut down all the plants around it. Then it's the same as taking away someone's home. Then what would happen to the animals or the living things living in there? Like fish or frogs. So they're losing their house. That's what it means by harming other living things. And another act that people do is cutting down the trees. So trees and plants may be cut down. So there is a special term for it, and we call it deforestation. So it's like cutting down the tree. However, we know that there are many animals living on the tree, like monkeys, birds, like squirrels, little mouse. However, what will happen if we cut down all the trees? Once again, they're losing their homes, but not only their homes, but also their food. Because if there's no tree, then that means there's no leaf. And if there's no leaf, then there's no food for the animals. So, and another thing is, so smaller plants may die because no large tree means no shade. And also they have less food, water, and shelter. So if they lose their home, what will they do? They have to move to another place. Next page. People can prevent some of these harmful effects in many ways. We can plant trees and bushes around new buildings. We can plant wildflowers along new roads. We can even build small ponds to help provide water for living things. Other way we change on ecosystem is by causing pollution. Okay, I'm going to highlight this. Pollution is anything that makes the water, air, or land dirty. One kind of pollution is litter. Litter is trash that is not thrown away in the proper place. Litter can be found along the side of a road. It can also be found in an ocean or a river. When we carelessly drop trash where it does not belong, we are destroying the beauty of the earth God gave us. Litter is not just ugly. It's not just ugly. It is also harmful. So here I want you to understand that littering is very harmful. Trash can cover up plants and prevent it from getting the sunlight it needs. Animals can eat trash that will harm them, or they might get trapped or tangled in trash items. So just like this picture over here, here is a sea turtle, and however the sea turtle is trapped inside a net. And because of this net, the sea turtle is not moving freely. And it's harming them because sometimes a net can be tangled around their neck, which make them choke and can't breathe. And there are tons of other examples. I'm going to share another video clip about pollution. However, here I want you to remember that pollution is one of the changes by people, and it's harmful for the living animals around us. And another, we can keep the environment clean by properly disposing of unwanted items and trash. So what I mean is we can pick up the trash from the ground and then put it where it should be. We can place unwanted items in recycling bins or donation boxes, or give them to another person. Trash should be thrown away in trash cans. God has given us a beautiful world with many wonderful resources to enjoy. It is our job to use those resources wisely. We should make sure the changes we make bring glory to God. Okay, so that is all for today's lesson on changes in ecosystem. There are positive changes like digging hole and providing water resource for other living things, like what elephants do, or digging the ground and giving the sunlight to the plants living under the ground. So there are positive changes like this. However, there are some negative changes like cutting down trees, filling in ponds and lakes with soils, and throwing away trashes like pollution. So in this lesson, I want you to understand the changes, the possible changes in the ecosystem, and what we as people do to the ecosystem. So in the next chapter, in the next lesson, we're going to learn more about the living things and the relationship between us and the living things around us. So for today, I want you to review this lesson and complete your homework. There will be a online homework on Google Classroom, so I want you to check it out and complete it by next Monday. So that's it for today's lesson, boys and girls. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you later. Bye bye.